Sometimes there's a mother. Sometimes there's a father. Sometimes there's a father and a father. Sometimes both fathers are mothers. Sometimes there's a mother, father, grandmother, grandfather, weird aunties with funny hats, a butler, and old uncles who do nothing but eat rare, smelly cheese.
Rare. Smelly.
And sometimes there's no one at all. But sometimes there are boxes. Families come in all shapes and sizes, even rectangles.
The Boxtrolls!
So while this trailer has certainly caught a lot of your attention, it's kind of made different headlines in the industry, and I think that this kind of foreshadows what could happen for the film down the line, positive or negative. We'll have to wait and see. But basically, everyone's talking about the fact that this trailer spotlights same-sex parents. And they, the Hollywood Reporter ran a big cover story about this, and they reached out to Travis Knight, who is the CEO of Laika and also a stop-motion animator himself. But interestingly, he is also the son of Nike founder Phil Knight, and it's interesting to see these second-generation children getting into Hollywood. Just like the Ellisons from Oracle, Larry Ellison's children, Megan and David, are getting into Hollywood as well. So they get all their parents' money, and they decide to go and kind of, to some degree, buy their way into Hollywood. But so Travis Knight was talking about this, and he said, we don't have any agenda, we don't have any political agenda, we're just trying to tell a good story. And Boxtrolls is about, the families come in any shapes and size. But at the same time, this is a very big debate, at least here in the United States, about same-sex marriage and what the definition of family. So I don't know if it was intentional, but Boxtrolls is on track to be at the center of this, the eye of the storm. And that could either work for the film or against it. It's funny to see how Hollywood really caters to, the Christian community here in this country. You have when these movies come out, Man of Steel, for instance, Warner Brothers had a huge campaign where they sent out literature to churches saying how you could do sermons talking about how Man of Steel is like a superhero, and Jesus was the first superhero. It's really, it blows your mind to see what they come up with and how they try and I think it's a little tacky. I think separation of church and state and separation of church and entertainment. But so we'll see if this helps Boxtrolls and propels it forward, or if it makes people, it hurts it in terms of a box office appeal, especially in Middle America. Where that, sadly, that is a reality. Church, religion does come into play for movies. So how does the movie actually look? I'm not sure. I really loved Coraline. Coraline was such an amazing, pleasant surprise. I thought the 3D was fantastic. And I thought ParaNorman, the craftsmanship on ParaNorman was amazing. But I felt the story went a little off the rails, and I thought the story was a little weak. I think, structurally, it didn't have a payoff, and it just kind of meandered a little bit. And I think that, Laika, it's wonderful that they're focusing so much on their craft, and I think they really are. I think when it comes to stop motion, they're at the top of they're at the forefront right now. But I hope that they don't put so much effort into what's on screen that they're not paying enough attention to the script. So that's my only concern about Boxtrolls. And also, though, it has a look to it. I think that, Coraline started out like with this kind of artistic, not so mainstream look, but it still was somewhat mainstream. And I think they're veering more and more away from a mainstream appearance, which I think could end up hurting them. This movie actually reminded me less of ParaNorman and Coraline and more of Pirates, Band of Misfits from Aardman. And that film also had a great look, but also structurally and story-wise I felt was very weak, and also didn't do very well at the box office. So I think this film, politically might have some problems, and I also feel in terms of appeal just visually, even though it'll appeal to hardcore fans, I wonder if, the people who go and see Despicable Me 2 and, Monsters University are going to be interested in something like this, which I think lacks kind of a warm, cute factor, which is very integral to this, to movies in general. As I've often said, if you look at the top 10 grossing films of all time, they're all very bright, warm, cheerful movies visually. So something to consider. But I'll go see this. I'm a big fan of Laika's work, and I'm excited to see how it stands up. Because even though, as I said, I had problems with ParaNorman, I still not enough that I'm going to give up on the production company. So what do you think? I know a lot of you are excited about this. I got a lot of requests to talk about Boxtrolls, so be sure to write your thoughts down below. And thank you for coming to be on the trailer for the latest trailers and these quick snapshot reviews. Thanks for watching. Bye.